I'm Josh Federico, and I went to University of New Hampshire, in New Hampshire. And the Lord really worked in me this past week and just what it looks like to be wholly surrendered to the Lord, whether that's through sports or through ministry, and just really searching out the motivation of my heart and having that be centered on Christ.
My name's Megan. I throw the javelin at Penn State, and God has really been teaching me this week and showing me the areas of my life where I'm really performance driven, showing me how I'm motivated by success and recognition I am, as opposed to really being motivated by His love and His grace. And I think the second thing that God has shown me is just how I desperately need to completely surrender to Him. God doesn't want 99% of my life. He wants all of me. He wants me to use His gifts for Him and in service of Him. So He's changing lives.
Hey, my name is Kyle. I play baseball at Lenoir-Rhyne University in Hickory, North Carolina. I would say one thing that God has shown me this week is He's really dug the question in what my motivation is in everything that I do. And I'd say God really showed me how much I live for approval from people, and how I get a feeling of incompetence or like a feeling of stupidity when I mess up. I get a feeling of like I'm not worth anything, but that I'm actually really loved, and that I'm loved no matter what, and that He revealed that to me, and that should be my motivation, that I'm loved by Jesus and I'm loved by God.
My name is Anita, and I am from Nashwauk, Minnesota. I go to Itasca Community College. And here in Xenia this week, I think the main thing that God taught me, but it was that I am God's beloved, and that my worship and a life of praise and worship to God, that's where ministry flows from. And I don't think I've ever seen ministry like that before, because I'm like such a go-getter and a doer, and I like to get things done and do things, and I want to serve Jesus and serve Jesus and serve Jesus. But really, where that ministry comes from is from a heart of worship.
I'm Jade. I'm from NC State and I play softball. And a couple of things that I've learned this week that God's been teaching me is just that He is glorified most when we just delight in Him. And I like to make things very complicated, but that's just how simple that it really is. And we don't have to really work to earn His love. It's already there.
My name is Jamie Hatton. I'm from Marshall University, and God has done so many things in my life this week. There's just a couple things that have really stood out to me, and I'd love to share. I've been drawn to missions for a long time, and I've known that I wanted to go, but it wasn't until I came here this week that I realized the reason that I want to go and the reason for international missions. And I just was just blown away that when I learned this, and it's just that the reason for missions is not that we better people's lives or treat the gospel like some kind of commodity, but it's that the reason that we go is that God's name would be worshipped and feared and praised among all nations, and that we are going to make Him great. And that is just the focus, and my focus was just completely shaped and changed, and it just led me to this incredible place of worship throughout this week. And another thing is I realized that in my sport and in my entire life and in my walk that I seek approval from all the wrong places. I seek it from man, and I seek it from family and peers, and I just learned that, through the AIA principles and other places this week, that I need to just slow down and understand that I'm God's beloved son, and that my approval should only be from Him. That should be the only approval I seek. And that has just brought me so much closer to God. And it's just been awesome. I feel like just this place of worship and just closeness with Him.